For Sequoia Creek Hole 8, I need to thank David for the setup of this shot. I have been tweaking it ever since he told me about how he plays this hole. We're going to have the white ring touching the dirt at the beginning of the dirt, and our blue ring is going to be touching the rough on the right. We're going to be adjusting our shot 1 wind per ring plus 1 ring in a headwind and a head cross. So 11.1 wind here, I adjusted 12.1. In a crosswind and tailwind, you're going to be adjusting 1-to-1 or 1 wind per ring. So again, a headwind and head cross, 1-to-1 plus 1, and in a tailwind and tail cross, it'll be 1-to-1. The one thing that you're going to have to work on with this shootout is figuring out how much topspin to use and how little topspin to use depending on the strength of the wind. I'm still working on that, and I will update as soon as I can. Here we have a right to left headwind. I'm going to put my white ring up near the beginning of the dirt with my blue ring touching the rough on the right. I'm offsetting about a half a square to the right to account for the wind push, and I did about 1.5 bars of topspin. I think you can reduce that to 1 topspin. I am playing this 1 wind per ring plus 1 ring, so my wind is 7.8. I'm going to adjust 8.8 rings. Now with anything below, I would say 8.5 miles an hour of wind, I think 1 topspin would be good enough. Anything over 8.5 wind, I would start increasing your topspin, and anything over 10, I would do about 2.5 bars of topspin in a headwind. Here we have a left to right tailwind. Again, my white ring is going to be at the beginning of the dirt with my blue ring at the rough line to the right. I'm going to offset my shot about a half a square to the left, and I did about 0.5 bars of topspin. I didn't need to use that much topspin since it was pretty much a straight tail. I would suggest either doing no topspin or maybe just a click of it if anything, but 0.5 was actually too much topspin. I did adjust my shot 1-to-1 or 1 wind per ring. Here we have a left to right tailwind. We're going to have our white ring touching the dirt on the right hand side with our blue ring touching the edge of the rough. You're going to do about a click of topspin, like 0.2 topspin, and you're going to offset a little bit to the left. Here I did about a half a square. You will get to know the offsets the more you play this hole, so the stronger the cross, the more offset that you will want to use. I do play this 1 wind per ring, so basically 1-to-1. Here we have a crosswind, and I should have played with a little bit more topspin than I did. Again, you're going to have to get used to how much topspin each wind angle needs. I have not yet figured that quite out yet, but I would say in a crosswind, at least 1 bar of topspin, and then you're going to offset about a half a square to a square to the left, depending on how big the crosswind actually is. Again, I'm playing this 1 wind per ring or 1-to-1. Here we have a stronger tailwind, so I'm going to do about 0.2 topspin, and I'm going to offset it about a square to the left. Again, my white ring is going to be touching the dirt, and my blue ring is going to be touching the rough on the right. So here I'm just doing about 0.2 topspin, and I'm going to try and offset it about a square to the left of the pin to account for the push to the right. I'm going to adjust this shot 1 wind per ring. So my wind is 12.4. I'm going to adjust 12.4 rings. Here we have a right to left tailwind. Again, our white ring is going to be up near the beginning of the dirt, and our blue ring is going to be touching the rough on the right. I'm going to offset it this time to the right, about a square to the right, and I'm going to use a click of topspin as well. So you will have to get the hang of the topspin and the offsets for each wind angle. So far a square offset has been working well. So again, we are adjusting this 1 wind per ring, or 1 to 1. Remember, in a headwind, we're going to be adjusting it 1 wind per ring plus 1 ring. So tailwind is 1 to 1, and a headwind is going to be 1 to 1 plus 1. Hopefully this guide helps you guys out. Remember, hit perfect and happy golfing.